What's up, NFL fans? I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and don't forget to check out and purchase your copy of our latest football game plan book, Stiff Arming Football Myths. We have these available in both PDF and paperback form.
Now let's take a look at some coaching points for both teams in this ball game, starting with the Dallas Cowboys, and I believe they have to dictate defensively. A lot of times when teams play Green Bay, they tend to sit and wait and react to what the Packers do. That can't happen. You have to dictate and force them into an uncomfortable situation and avoid giving up the big play defensively. That also plagues teams when they face Green Bay. It always seems as if Jordy Nelson is streaking down the sideline wide open and they're hitting him for big plays, which ultimately result into touchdowns. Avoid giving up the big play in the passing game defensively if you're Dallas. And also dance with whom you brought to the party. That's DeMarco Murray, the running game, operating off play action. Do what you do best, and that's exactly why the Cowboys are sitting at 13-4. So even if you're on the road, even if you're playing on the moon, run the football with DeMarco Murray. He's your ace behind that big offensive line. That's your strength. Operate off play action, generate those one-on-one opportunities, and you can have success versus Green Bay. And for Green Bay in this ball game, they're going to have to win on first down defensively. You want to put this Cowboys offense in backed up situations, second and long, third and long, which ultimately plays into your hands because now you'll be able to get pressure and also force Tony Romo into some bad decisions. You want to make the Cowboys pay when you're in your empty formation. The reason being, teams see empty and they say, okay, it's an automatic blitz, automatic pressure, but you have the ultimate X factor. You have a quarterback in Aaron Rodgers that can not only make plays with his legs, but also gash teams by running the football. So when you go empty, make the Cowboys pay and force them to keep an extra guy as a spy, which ultimately helps you out having the numbers advantage in a passing game. And the last point is an obvious one. You want to bracket Dez Bryant, and you also want to beat up Jason Witten at the line of scrimmage. Keep him busy. Force Tony Romo to hold the football a little bit too long, and that way you can get back there and put him on the ground.
Versus the Green Bay Packers, I'm going to show you how the Dallas Cowboys can create space for Dez Bryant while also getting their tight end Jason Witten down the rail, which could ultimately create a big play in the passing game by getting both guys on the same side on one play. Sure, what we're talking about here, we're going to have the tight end offset in this formation, strong eye formation, giving the illusion we're running strong side. So you may see man coverage here, and if it's man, it plays right into what we want to do offensively. We're going to bring the tight end over as the cadence starts to wind down, and we're going to notice whether or not a backer comes with him or a strong safety buzzes over and comes with them. Either or, it's a win for the offense because Jason Witten is a future Hall of Famer. So as he gets in between the wide receiver, which is Dez Bryant, and the offensive tackle, you want to snap the football. It's a straight drop back pass. We're going to have him run streak, trying to hopefully pull that free safety. Now what we're going to do with the tight end, he's running down the rail. He's going to try to push that inside shoulder of the cornerback where he has the sideline as his friend and get down the rail. Why? Because we're running a skinny post or a quick slant to Dez Bryant. Whoever is following the tight end is going to get caught in the wash. So now Tony Romo will read the cornerback or the buzzed defender to whomever gets picked, and that's where he wants to go with the football. So if this guy gets picked by the rail route, Dez Bryant is streaking across the middle of the field, and he's going to make that free safety miss. If he doesn't get picked and this guy gets picked, you have Jason Witten running down the rail route. It's a straight running down the rail. It's a straight drop back pass for Tony Romo. Quick and easy decision. One I would probably utilize on third and medium, try to generate a big play for Dez, or maybe even on first down when teams expect you to run. But this is one way they can run a legal pick with Jason Witten to try to get Dez Bryant clear and free running across the middle. Inside the red zone, I'm going to show you a creative way the Packers, out of the pistol formation, can have success versus Dallas. Show you what we're talking about here. We're going to put a tight end on the wing. So you have your pistol. We're going to have two wings. Big time fan of Randall Cobb in the slot running across the formation. That's what we're trying to do. We're going to fake the zone here with Aaron Rodgers. Now, here's the unique part about this play. He's going to read backside first because this guy here runs a hitch. If this cornerback is playing off, that's his first read. So as he's going to fake this handoff, he's going to turn around quickly and throw him the football. If this guy is playing up, the hitch won't work. He's going to continue on with the bootleg out, just like we have it drawn up. Because why? We're going to have Randall Cobb running across the formation over the backers running an over route, a deep crosser. We're going to have the tight end as well as everyone on the offensive line's job is to block down as if we're running zone. Block down. He's running this quick speed out, so to speak. It's going to block, turn, and run the speed out. We're going to have a post corner up into the corner. And so now as Aaron Rodgers is attacking the line of scrimmage, he has his first read, second read, big play potential with a third read. This is a great red zone play. But again, initially, pre-snap and right after he snaps the football, gets the football, he's going to read the backside hitch. If this guy is playing off, throw the hitch. If he's playing close, continue on with the bootleg because you're going to have the tackle, the tight end blocking down on the end, going out 1, 2, 3, three-layered route. Helps beat flood coverage because you're flooding the zone with 3 receivers. So this is one way they can have some success in the red zone. I would probably wait until you're inside the 10-yard line to utilize this play, maybe even 15 to get this thing going. I think this is one way they can attack the defense, the over-aggressive defense of the Dallas Cowboys.
What the Cowboys will definitely have to do this week versus Green Bay is win in space consistently versus the pass, and the best example of them doing so was last week versus Detroit. Now here's a third down situation where the Cowboys are pressing on the corners and also in the slot. 2 safeties back deep to clean up any mess that gets away, and what they did was throw off the timing for the Lions offense, allowing the pressure to get back there to Matthew Stafford, and he was forced to get rid of the football quickly for an incomplete pass. This was a great test for the Cowboys because Green Bay loves to spread the field and attack the individual matchups. Now Dallas was able to press with proper technique, not giving up the inside position, and made the play in space. This is what they must do on a consistent basis versus Green Bay. Green Bay will have to be able to stop the run versus the Cowboys on a consistent basis, and everything has to be consistent from a gap integrity standpoint, the run fits, and most importantly, the effort. And looking at this Week 17 game versus Detroit, you saw an inconsistent effort on 2 consecutive downs. Now on the first play, the Lions are pulling the guard and leading with the fullback as well. The safety, who is the alley defender, didn't force it back inside, but instead continued to expand the lane, which ended up in a big gain for Detroit. Now on the second play, you get a textbook illustration on how it's supposed to be done, and the result was a 1 to 2 yard gain. So again, consistency will be the name of the game for Green Bay in the run defense department if they want to have success versus the Cowboys. The biggest X factor in this game for the Cowboys will be the play of their secondary, being able to match up one-on-one and winning consistently versus the Packers' passing offense. Their 4 wide receiver sets, even when they go empty, will prove to be a huge help to the Cowboys' chances to winning this ball game. So again, the way they played versus Detroit was a big-time test and helped prepare them indirectly for what they're going to see versus Green Bay. So the secondary definitely has to bring their A game. And the biggest X factor for Green Bay will be their ability to run the football, which is why I believe Eddie Lacy will play a huge role in the outcome of this ball game. You go back over the course of the season after the bye, when Green Bay was putting together back-to-back winning efforts, it was due to the fact that they were able to run the football and allowed Aaron Rodgers the ability to operate off play action. I think if they are able to run the ball versus the Cowboys, it's going to open things up offensively, and they could put up at least 28 to 30 points against this Dallas defense. I like Green Bay in this ball game. Offensively, they can attack you at every level of your defense, short, intermediate, and deep down the field. They have the ultimate X factor at quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, a dual threat guy that does a lot of damage with his legs as well as with his arm. And defensively, I think what they'll do is get aggressive on the early down and distances to put Dallas in passing situations, which ultimately plays into the hands of the Green Bay pass rush. So I like Green Bay to move on to the NFC Championship game. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Cowboy fan forums and Packer fan forums for always showing football game plan support.